Sometimes interludes have the coolest musical moments that can get lost or forgotten because they are not part of the main melody. This mallet solo and interlude in general from the song Ulale might be the perfect example of that. Let's give it a listen. Let's stop it right there because the moment I actually want to focus on is right there. Let's give it one more listen. There's two really cool things going on here, one harmonically and one rhythmically. So starting with the harmony side of things, what's happening here can be described as a chromatic walkdown. So a chromatic walkdown is essentially a set of chords, usually at least 3 chords, that walk down consecutive notes on the piano, or essentially walk down chromatic notes on the piano and form chords out of them. What makes these chromatic walkdowns really cool, especially if the song is based in a typical major or minor scale, is that the chromatic walkdown forces you to go out of scale. If you look at a typical major or minor scale, the scales don't have any moment where there are 3 consecutive notes appearing in the scale. Hence, if you use a chromatic walkdown which has 3 or more consecutive notes, that will force you to use at least one note that doesn't naturally occur in either the minor or major scale, whichever the song is based on. Hence, the chromatic walkdown gives the song a bit of an interesting and dissonant flavor because the chromatic walkdown forces the song out of its comfort zone momentarily. And you may associate the sound of a chromatic walkdown with genres like jazz and funk, because jazz and funk standards do use these chromatic walkdowns extensively. And Ulale does exactly that. It uses this chromatic walkdown in this interlude as well. What also gives Ramesh Vinayagam's solo here a cool flavor is its rhythms. In this specific phrase, he uses syncopation, providing rhythmic stress in a moment where you would not expect it. Notice that in the passage with the chromatic walkdown, only the first phrase actually starts on the beat, while the succeeding phrases all start off the beat. And these offbeats are further emphasized by the keyboard, which plays its chords on the offbeats. So the combination of the chromatic walkdown and syncopation really gives this part of the solo a really cool sort of funky flavor. So with this in mind, let's re-listen to the full interlude, and as we listen to the full interlude, I'll also point out some other mind-blowing things that happen in this interlude. Are there any other cool examples you can think of either, usage of chromatic walkdowns or syncopation? I mean, syncopation is very common, so you'll be able to find examples easily, but chromatic walkdowns might be a bit tougher. So give it a look and let me know in the comments if you have any good examples.